Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title in today's video, we got the rise and fall of post scores in NBA 2K20. Now you could consider this the good and the bad, the rise and fall, whatever you want to consider the title to be. There is good and there is bad with post scores, and they came from 2K19 as truly dominant, and in 2K20, it's really just exploitative and not actually good. And the topic of today's video is to explain why true post scores have gone extinct in NBA 2K20. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try to get one to 500 likes in the first 24 hours. But anyway, to get into their lineup intros, you can see they got the slasher with lock takeover at the 1. And to be honest with y'all, this is where they already messed up. And I will explain that further along in the video, but just to introduce you to the lineups, like I said, slasher with lockdown takeover. He was greening his shots pretty consistently, and he was spotting up in the corner. Now, again, that's where post scores this year kind of go wrong if you have your role player doing that stuff. So anyway, you can see he's the 99 overall interior force with post takeover. We got shots, I call him AK. He's on the offensive threat, play sharp build, and then I'm on my finisher with the slash and defense pie chart. So anyway, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you do, like I said, leave all that good stuff, the like, subscription, noties, all that good stuff. But anyway, like I said, to get into this, I'm going to explain the offensive struggles of isolation post scoring in 2K20 and why it's kind of worthless. So to explain, like I was saying, their role player, quote unquote, you know, with the slasher with lock takeover, he was spotting up in the corner, he was shooting pretty consistently. But at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter, because why? Post scoring in 2K20 has come to constantly just throwing up contested hooks and post fades and stuff like that, and the drop steps and standing layups are like awful, bro. They're awful, and I don't understand what happened with this game as far as like the standing close shots, right? They're so horrible when it comes to the rate of them ever going in, and it's really not understandable because hop dunks and stuff like that are so dominant, right? And post hooks like that are so dominant, like 34% contested, goes in, pretty simple, you know, didn't really green it either. But the standing layups are just awful, and I feel like Pogo Stick could be credited to that, but also just the contest you get on standing layups as far as like jumping at them. Now right here you can see I don't, you know, get the shot contest. He drop stepped me pretty well. I don't have post move lockdown, pretty simple, but like I said, drop steps are kind of just obsolete in this game. They aren't worth doing. They aren't really, you know, efficient. You're going to miss a whole lot of shots when you do anything to do with standing layups. And that's all I have to say about this. You know, that's all I have to say about the post scoring stuff. So you can see this is very respectable, however. He's doing the isolation post scoring. I can give anybody who does 1v1 post scoring my utmost respect as far as, like, you know, me trying to stop them, because I am at the end of the day a good defender, you know, as far as like my build goes as well. And the reason I can respect this so much is the fact that you don't have to have a low 3-point rating shooter in that corner right there. You can just have a whole pure lock that sits paint, you know, 99 offensive rebound, just fishes for boards while this dude throws up contested hooks and fades. Now, speaking of which, I'm so serious, y'all, when I say this, but the fact that he took that shot is just bad, because if you do anything other than a post hook and a post fade as a post scorer in this year's game, you're at a loss. To take any form of standing layup or hop dunk or hop layup, whatever it may be, you're completely just at a loss, and it's really unfortunate. In 2K19, you guys know they were super dominant, and you know, we're super hard to stop on the drop steps and standing layups. And unfortunately right there, I give up easy rebound on a horrible box out, but AK gets the ball back. But again, y'all know in 2K19, they're really unstoppable in the isolation post scoring. I'm talking like it was one-on-one, you would have a lockdown spot up corner. If you helped off the lock, you'd probably green the shot. It was really crazy, honestly, the fact that it was like that, but y'all get the deal. We're still in that same reality, but we're in a different reality where standing layups are horrible in this game and drop steps are horrible in this game. But hooks and fades were really bad last year, whereas they're unstoppable now. And it's just a weird like balance that 2K seems to never really be able to fit. But anyway, to speak to one more struggle that their offensive end has, and then we'll get to the defense in the next game as well. But that right there is a beautiful thing. I mean, they just do lack the speed to be able to play good backside defense, and that is the nice thing about post scores. There are pros and cons to them, and I like that there are weaknesses, but also like dominant things about them that are hard to stop as well. At least it's respectable in that sense. When we compare every build in this year's game, and we talk about the two-way slashing playmaker or just the playmaking defender build, honestly, it's so easy to be like, oh well, at least this build has a weakness, because we're looking at the meta build that doesn't have a weakness. But anyway, again, to talk to one more problem that their offense runs into, and you could even low-key use the two-way slashing playmaker as a comparison to draw, where their big man can't really shoot, and because he can't shoot, it kind of clogs up the paint. You could even compare that to my finisher, where even if I were to play with, say, another playmaking defender, and he could just completely take advantage of a small point guard like AK, right, who's 6'1", no defense, no nothing, and it'd be so easy to just take advantage of that. And you see, beautiful move right there by him, speaking of which. But again, to kind of just use this last comparison I want to draw as far as like what their offensive struggles run into. They don't have a wide open paint, so they can't take advantage of weak defenders at the 1. And what's so respectable about this for them is the fact that this dude at the 2 wants all the smoke. He's okay with a defender like me or even a 7'3" pure rim. He is okay with going straight at his head. And that's like very respectable in my opinion. For me, I resonate with that because I run flashy passer with a playmaking defender sometimes, and I'll just go in and literally have to dunk on 7'3" pure rims all day because I can't shoot, and it makes it so my playmaking defender teammate who can shoot, but you know, he could ISO as well and take advantage of the small point guard. He can't do that though because I can't get out of the way. So it makes, you know, it makes it really comfortable for small point guards to fit in on the court. So anyway, moving along to game 2, which technically was game 1 in the first place because I showed y'all game 2 first. I thought it was a better explanation of what you can actually do with a post score in the isolation still, and just conveyed my topic of the video a little bit better. So like I said, this one right here was the first game that we actually played against them, but it's game 2 that I'm showing you. So just understand, I kind of ordered them differently. I probably shouldn't have done that, but anyway, y'all get the deal. You know the intros. We got AK on the offensive threat still, me on my finisher, and then just to kind of show you again and just like reiterate, Slasher with lock takeover. Let me know, I feel like this low-key might be a playmaking defender, but I might be tripping and like really off by saying that. But anyway, you get the deal. I hope y'all enjoyed this gameplay too, and to explain what you're going to see in this one, it's more of the defensive struggles with a post scorer as well. So they come out the gate, I don't really know what they're doing on offense. Like I said, this might have been a playmaking defender for all I know, and I don't really know why he would have had the ball right here, but he does move pretty decently quick, so that's why I do say he might be, but I really don't know what his archetype was. Let me know in the comments if you know what a slasher with lock takeover could be, and he moves like that too. It's just really confusing. But anyway, you guys saw he's playing a little high on those picks right there, so I do run the slip, but this is just the indecision of the post score. I'm telling y'all, like when you have two defenders who aren't like confident in each other's abilities of doing whatever of the two, I'm talking perimeter defense and interior defense. So when you have a post scorer who's kind of hesitant to guard shots right here, or AK, and you have the one who doesn't really want to switch on to me, you can see his indecision right there. He doesn't really want to step up, and it creates a really easy step back open shot right there, and then he gets the late jump, but it doesn't really matter. And again, to highlight the problems of post scores in 2K20, it's absolutely just backside defense, and there's really just no point in running a post score if you're not just going to come in here and run a completely dominant lineup of just a whole pure lockdown at the one who's just gonna sit in the paint and fish for rebounds. Again, I don't want to stress it like you know every single time, but it's just the truth. If you aren't spamming post fades and you know just having your pure lock sit in the paint, you're kind of at a loss. Now right there, we probably could have just got the shot up right there, but we do wait. And again, I mean the post isn't really willing to stay out on AK and keep the switch, and it catches him lacking, and we get the easy 3-pointer off that. And you're gonna see I literally only scored 2 points in this game because it's literally just the fact that it's so easy for AK to get up 3-pointers against this stuff. And again, I mean, boom, green like that. He's not really, you know, hedging very high, and the lockdown at the top isn't really like able to play that great of defense either. And that's kind of why I say the style of 2K19 post scoring is just extinct. There's no more isolation post where you have an open paint and your teammate spots up corner, because in order for you to have a teammate who can spot up corner, he needs to lack defensively in comparison to the pure lock that was last year, where you could have 99 everything defense but still shoot from the corner super consistently and green everything. And again, to speak to the problems on the backside defense, that's why you run into this stuff right here, where he is just not fast enough and not good enough at defense to get this stuff to work. So I want to highlight this right here because for anybody who's new to the channel, I do this all the time, and it becomes that much easier when you have a post score on the backside like this. So I'm gonna explain what happens here. They switched it once, so they're always going to switch it back, right? If I give this dude an opportunity to switch back on to me, you've seen throughout the game, he doesn't want anything to do with guarding AK. So you're going to see, boom, come up, fake the screen, and drop right down. For anybody who's new to the channel, you know, I do this stuff all the time. For everybody who isn't new to the channel, you guys know I, you know, emphasize this so many times. But we'll run that back full speed one time just to show y'all. And again, it is a beautiful thing. I mean, and you know, like I said, with post scores on the backside, I have even less to worry about because that's so much lack of speed and chase down ability to get to me on those. With two lockdown defenders like you saw in yesterday's video at 6'8"-ish, like a rebounding wing and a playmaking defender, that's when that right there becomes super tough to do. But again, that's why this post score stuff is not the meta in the game anymore, unless you have a truly dominant offense that is absolutely unstoppable. Because like I said, if you miss, you just get easy O boards. And you know, like I said, to explain one more time again as to why the 2K19 like isolation style of post scoring is just extinct, is the fact that Again, drop steps and standing layups are horrible, so you don't really need an open paint. It's not really worth doing. So if you're going to post hook and you're going to post fade every single time, because those are the only good moves, it only makes sense to just have somebody camping the paint, because you don't really need to, you know, do any drop steps or standing layups. So again, I hope y'all understood the video and the concept and the, you know, topic of this, where again, it's just kind of explaining what post scoring has become in this game, and it really truly is just a repetitive spam 1 or 2 moves and, you know, just kind of do it as it is. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the vid. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Put post in the comments to show your support, so you made it all the way through to the end of this video. But other than that, I should have some stage 3's gameplay for y'all pretty soon here. I'm just waiting on AK and Kitchen to get their new builds. And honestly, I'm gonna explain to y'all what the outlook is as far as like our lineup and stuff like that, and just who we're gonna be playing with and stuff too. So to kind of talk to y'all a little bit, I'll just scroll through some clips and just talk at the end of this vid. But for those who are familiar with the channel, and again, if you are new, feel free to drop a sub and a like and all that stuff, and you can understand all these names that I'm talking about. But so a lot of y'all who are subbed to the channel, you know AK, Cook, and then Kitchen as well. Those are my 3 kind of main duos as far as point guards go. And then we got, you know, a couple lockdowns that I play with, like Dope and Apollo as well. Just kind of an explanation on what the idea is and what the outlook is. Me and AK are thinking about setting up a Pro-Am team to do some WR stuff pretty soon with his boys. And we're gonna have a couple legends and stuff like that too. I'll be running pick and roll with AK and playing backside defense as like the big as well. I think it'll be pretty fun. But as far as like what builds everybody's looking to make, AK is working on this new 6'1" like playmaker as well. He has a new lockdown build as well that he's gonna be able to use. And then Cook has his 6'1" or 6'2" playmaking sharpshooter, and he's working on a pure lock as well, or even a playmaking defender too. And then Kitchen just finalized his small play sharp. Long story short, we're having like a 4-man rotation of people who can run lockdown or play sharp, whatever it may be in the situation. I might even be playing with Nut sometimes too on that playmaking defender that he has at like 6'8". It'll be fun. It'll be all like, you know, work out. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Like I said, if you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. If you made it to the true end of this video, put Billy in the comments to show your support. If y'all, go check out that pure lockdown vid too from like 4 days ago with Billy. I played with a Pro 1 and went on this 7-game streak right here, and it was his first like few games playing the park. Check that out too. But anyway, like I said, if you made it to this portion of the video, put Billy in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through. But anyway, other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.